Hello, MonstersAbound, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 11 of my Count Noctilus Campaign. Last time we waved a fair farewell to Thyrus, who unfortunately got murdered by a bunch of greenskins. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on which way you look at it, he didn't die. In fact, no, he was just brutally maimed, in some ways, foregoing the cold embrace of the crypt, and instead going into just...
not for the forest's secrets.
No, fair enough. I was just talking about Thyrus and how he's now dead. Well, no, he's not dead. He's just in terrible pain. But he'll be fine eventually. Obviously, the emotional trauma will stay with him for forever. But his bones will mend, and will reattach his arms and stuff. He'll be grand. In the meantime, Count Noctilus is currently partying his way through Bretonnia. We've built lots of clubhouses. Look at this. All the clubhouses. It's pretty good. We're getting quite a lot of money from the old Pirate Cove. Almost 5k. Holy shit. Pretty good. We'd probably be getting more if it wasn't for the fact that everyone seems to be kicking the shit out of Lothern. Normally Lothern's like a bastion of stability in Warhammer, and yet it's been sacked about 6 times in the last 20 turns, so not great living in Lothern at the moment, I guess. Never mind. Can we do any rights? Do I care about any of this? What's this? Vanguard deployment? Meh. Big meh from me. We're heading from Marienburg because we can make some big money there, and we're also re-recruiting an army. I've actually... Now, I know what you're thinking. MonstersAbound, you forgot to download the bug fix patch thing, didn't you? Mods. No, I did. I've actually... That's right. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 8 times, shame on everyone but me. Basically, I've remembered to download it. Which should mean that the vampirates and the vampires, and I think the lizardmen for some reason, can start recruiting armies once again and actually be a threat, which is great. But obviously it's going to... Well, no, it's bad, but it's going to make my life a little bit harder, but never mind. We will survive. I've also done some renaming. We've got Sea Popcorn Goodeye and Master Popcorn Bates. That's right. So cool, because once he pops, he can't stop. Literally, he's got an addiction. And we're all there for him. We're going to hold a little bit of an intervention. You know what? I thought Tyrion was out of the game, but he is... he's coming back. Looks like... Okay, that's... I think Alariel decided to come down and attack me, and that's given Tyrion the open.
Deliver your message.
Hello. It's a rat, actually, not a lamb, but never mind. You want defensive lines? I mean... I'm going to say no. Now, at some point, I want to kill Sartosa. At some point, I need to do that. I also need to kill Luther. Hello. What did you... Oh, you bastard. Oh, what a jerk. Just for that, I might sack their capital. Just be like, right, well, all right. I was just going to march past you, but now, I guess I'm just going to have to be, break out the big boy pants. Burn your capital to the ground. Sack it anyway. I can't put a pirate cove in there because obviously they're not coastal. Oh, we've got a magazine. I hope it's good. And Volatile Vortex is going to give us lots of more winds of magic, but increase our miscast chance. So, now...
Not in this world or the other.
Okay, noted. That's 35k, but they do have a lot of knights here. They've also got nasty... do I want to do that? Is that I don't feel like it's sensible. Is it? Don't know. Do we? I mean, 35k, that could buy a lot of shit, couldn't it? Hey? Right, well, first, before I do anything else, let's pop you guys into this army. Pop you in there. Pop you in there.
Need fresh recruits.
Pop you in there. Right. Okay, so we've got some Mongols. We've got some of those. That's looking all pretty good. The sirens are pretty... Hang on. Let's have a quick... Just have a quick gander. So you do have a lot of physical resistance. Your melee defense isn't bad. You also reduce enemy melee attack, which means obviously they're going to find it harder to hit you as well. So that's not bad. I mean, maybe a couple of units couldn't hurt. You know? Just a couple of units. We also, of course, want some cannons, so boff boff. That'll do. Right, well, I mean, we're here now, right? We may as well just...
Burn the coastline.
May as well just go for it. They've got a lot of knights, but that's not really going to help them that much. I think if we can take out the field trebuchet, and if we can take out the infantry on the walls and the towers, then it shouldn't actually be that difficult to just sort of rain fire down on them. I mean, they're knights. They ain't going to be climbing up on no walls, are they?
Them out. All of them.
Now, theoretically, the Bretonnians should be very, very good at building castles and shit. I mean, they are like the castle faction, aren't they? I mean, they're the classic sort of, you know, buttresses and big old towers and shit, but for some reason they're just not very good. I mean, look, right, they've got these waterfalls. They've got rising damp at the bottom of their wall. I mean, that's not good. That's not going to be good for the fortifications, is it? What the fuck are you thinking? You lunatics. You're just going to... I mean, these towers are going to start sinking. You're going to be undermining your own... They're fucking useless. A lot of them. Honestly, I didn't even know where to start with them. Fucking useless. Oh, anyway, the point is that we are... We've taken out the towers, as is tradition. It's fairly standard. We're taking a little bit of fire from the trebuchet, but the trebuchet is aiming at the rotting Promethean gunnery mob, so it's doing fuck all damage. And already we're doing... Yeah, we're just taking out their infantry, basically just dropping Queen Bess shells on top of their little French heads, which is having the desired effect of basically wiping them out. So that's working out quite nicely. Yep. Now, I'm going to try a bit of a different tactic here. Basically, we're going to wipe out the infantry on the walls, because obviously Bretonnia, their infantry is trash. The infantry is garbage. Absolutely useless. These guys will be stopping no one. However, the knights are, well, still pretty trash, but, you know, better than the infantry anyway. I thought they had more units of Grail Knights than this, but I suppose there's a couple of units over there. Is that a unit there? Well, that's Knights of the Realm. I thought I thought it had more Grail Knights than this, but apparently not. And we're going to take out the Trebuchet just because it's kind of annoying. Look at this. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong. Lovely to have a little lake high above the rest of your town. I can't help but... I mean, do you want to drown? Is that it? It seems like a lot of effort. I mean, I've got this real affinity with just, like, having water. Are you chucking dead cows at me again? I really hate it when you do that. Let's have a quick look. Yes, they are. Yeah, the Bretonnians fling cows at you. Look at that. Poor old Mabel. Shouldn't deserve that. Being fired at high speed out of a cannon. Bretonnians have a really odd way of defending this. I mean, just bad at it, aren't they? It's not even like... If their tactics were, you know, vaguely good, oof, it would be fine. But they're fleeing cows at me and they're undermining their own walls. But I mean, you just wonder who's in charge, don't you? There's a lot of very questionable tactics being deployed by the Bretonnians. But at least it's going to make it a lot easier for me. And I mean, to be honest, I didn't even want to be here. I wasn't particularly interested. I'd happily be elsewhere. I don't need to be here. I wasn't going to sack this place. I was going to walk on by. But instead, I've had to sack it because otherwise I'll just be looking like a lemon outside the water. So basically, I've been forced to do this. Yeah, well, some of you no longer have lives, so there's that. It's interesting because I think a lot of people don't like the sieges in Warhammer, and, you know, fair enough, each their own. I think the sieges are fine, right? They're serviceable. They're okay. There's nothing wrong with them. However, I will say the sieges in Three Kingdoms feel a lot more interesting. And I don't quite really know why that is. Because I don't really see a problem with having, like, the corner fortifications. Like, that seems fine. Because, obviously, you know, the cities in Warhammer are supposed to be, like, these vast metropolises. So, fighting on these, like, small walls... I just wish, like, the scenery was a bit more interesting. Right, in Three Kingdoms, you kind of got all the different streets. You got. I mean, there's nothing like massively different. Like you've got like little bridges and stuff in Three Kingdoms. You don't have that here, which is a bit of a shame. I kind of wish they did. I don't think the sieges in Warhammer are bad. I think they're fine. They're serviceable. They do the job. I just don't think they're particularly interesting. It's a bit of a shame. So the gunners are now picking off the last few remnants of the Bretonnian infantry because we need to clear out the wall. So my tactic is going to be, we're going to bring the zombies onto the walls, and then the zombies are basically just going to shoot all of the knights until they're dead. Basically, that's the plan. As plans go, the beauty is in the simplicity, which is good because zombies aren't very good at, you know, tactical thinking. Who are these guys? Oh, it's the field trebuchet crew. Apparently they've decided not to throw rocks at us anymore. They've decided to come and get their head shot off. I mean, you know, it's fair enough. Each, you know, that each their own. That's fine. Whatever. Knock yourself out, guys. I'm actually going to bring in the depth guard because, despite the fact there's only 20 of the buggers, they are vampires, and so pretty potent. We're going to bring them up onto the wall, and they're just going to clear out the last remnants of the infantry that the gunners just can't quite reach. Got to be careful not to destroy the wall, because if we destroy the wall, then obviously we can't, you know, I want to get all my zombies onto the wall, basically just surround all the knights and just gun them down. It'll be like shooting fish in a barrel, effectively. If there's any left, because, you know, at this rate, Queen Bess seems to be kind of doing the job for us. So depth guard are going to, yep, up go the ladders. They've got little anchors on them. Isn't that neat? It's very thematic. I like it. And seaweed for some reason. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love, you know, the anchors kind of make sense. I don't know at what point you think, you know what, let's just whack some seaweed on this. For one, seaweed is very slippery. So you're just likely going to fall to your death. You know, you could just, I mean, you know, I get it. You know, it really makes sure that you know that the ladder belongs to a seafaring people. On the other hand, maybe just don't put the seaweed on there. So depth guard are just going to chop that, Jesus, just chop down the last remnants of the Bretonnians. Yeah, the Bretonnians aren't going to hang around. They've had enough. I can't really blame them. All of the infantry is now running for their lives. The zombies are now climbing up the walls. Up they go. So I'm going to get them up onto the walls, and then we can start. I'm going to wait until we kind of hit a bit of a critical mass of zombies. Just because I'm still a little bit nervous of these Pegasus Knights, because should those Pegasus Knights decide to charge us, they will make a bit of a mess of the poor zombies. The depth guard is going to make very I mean, I don't quite know what these squires are doing. Dying, I guess? Yep. Yep, they're dying. And, of course, the depth guard healing up, because that's what they do. They won't regain members of the units, but they will regenerate their health. So they seem to be doing okay. They've actually racked up a few kills, which is quite nice. Zombies massing on the walls. And the knights just sort of hanging around. And we're trying to pick off the Pegasus Knights with cannons. Because the idea of them charging into me, because obviously I've got really no way to defend myself at this point. Once I've got a nice big critical mass of zombies up on the walls, then should the Pegasus Knights charge us, hopefully I can gun them down before they reach us. Maybe, because, you know, once they're on the wall, there's not much I can really send. I can send the depth guard over to deal with them. But the Pegasus Knights can pretty much just do whatever they want. So zombies clambering up. There we go. Just sort of milling about. probably having a like chat about what they watched on TV on Saturday night. This isn't what I pay you for, guys. I don't pay them. I don't. It's just not a thing. You don't need to pay zombies. Come on, lads. Hurry up. There we go. Right, good. Right, now we started shooting down upon the knights. And as you can see, the knights are just sitting there taking it. I mean, they're probably a bit like, Sacre bleu, what do we do now? They are underwater shooting down. That was a weird French accent. They probably don't, I mean, you know, ideally, probably get off your fucking horses would be a good shout. Of course they can't. They're permanently glued onto them. However, it would probably be a good shout to get off the horses right about now, because you're literally just being picked off. Right, it's all very well and nice having, like, you know, the chivalry and the vows of the lady and all that kind of bollocks, but when you're taking bullets to the face, and the Grail Knights, I mean, again, the Grail Knights, you know, yeah, I mean, superhuman. They've been on a long-ass quest to go find the Lady of the Lake. They, you know, after daring deeds and heroic victories, they found her and drank from her cup. Is that a euphemism? Probably. I don't. You know, I'm not going to insinuate anything, but a bit weird. Anyway, so they've done that, and then they come here, and then they get shot by a zombie with a gun. I mean, that's not a way to go, is it? That's not a fun way to die. That's a waste. That's what that is. Yep, all the knights getting shots. They're all dead. Down they go. And yep, more knights just feeding in for some reason. Apparently they've got, you know what, we've got a different idea. We've got a different idea. No, it's the same idea. It's the same idea. As all their friends currently lying dead on the floor. So, yeah, this is kind of the flaw of Bretonnia, in that their infantry's trash. They're just not very good at sieges. That's kind of a problem. Like, even offensive sieges they kind of struggle at, because cavalry, of course, you need the charge. It's very difficult to get a charge in a city. So you just kind of have to throw your cavalry in there and hope for the best. And that doesn't work a lot of the time. They seem to be trying to charge the walls. I mean, you know, 10 out of 10 for bravery, but it's not it's not tactically sound, is it, charging a wall? It's not really going to have much effect. And finally, Old Legless Pete has come into the city, basically to try and draw, because these guys here seem to be staying away from these guys have got the right idea. They're staying away from the wall, where they're going to get, you know, riddled with bullets, which is sensible. Unfortunately for them, the Pegasus Knights get shot out of the sky, and witnessing the death of their friends getting gunned down. Unsurprisingly, the Grail Knights decide to actually just get the fuck out of there, which, to be honest, probably sensible. Bretonians, despite having, you know, castles, aren't very good at defending them. Or indeed attacking them. Oh well. I will take all of your money, thanks very much. It's going to come in handy. The only problem being that having sacked that, I can't actually get... I think I'm going to be stuck in its radius again.
A senseless request.
I guess we'll just camp down here and replenish for funsies. I think... now, someone said this doesn't actually affect rotting Prometheans, does it not? It says 23, so I think it does. I want to say it does, because that's 3. They get 20 by default, don't they? So, yes. Okay, so, yeah, I totally will see what you're saying, because they have rotting Prometheans with guns, but actually I think this does buff them as well. Yes, so I think this buffs the missile damage, this buffs their... Yeah, so if we do that, they should then, theoretically, get 23%. Good. Okay, so, no, I was... 20, okay, good, right. Okay, for a second there I was like, what? Why the fuck did they have 23%? No, but no, it's fine. It's fine. I really would like to get the battlements. We can get... What? Oh, I need 10 population. Which is going to take a couple of turns. On the other hand, I could just get more movement range. I mean, I'm getting 1 growth a turn at this point, so... Fuck it. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Don't care. Doing it. Gonna do it. I mean, I've got the money, haven't I? Because, you know, just sacked old Luon's gaff, haven't I? Just marched in there, stole all his shit. Sucks to be him. Let's take Devourer of All. Specifically legs and utility belt. Crackle. I know I don't really use the bombs, to be honest. I guess may as well. I mean, Shark Bait. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, alright. It's probably not actually going to be that useful, but I'll take it anyway. I'll save the rest because I do want to get the battlements because that'll be quite nice. And we've got some recruitment going on here, so that's all fine. Not too bothered about that. You will have a full army fairly soon, which is going to be great. And also, we were bringing you down to Tauren Rock because it's got big income, which would make it nice for a
yes.
a Dubri
What do you
Whatsit.
bring before the hag sorceress?
I don't really want any of those, to be honest. And you quite like me, and it's getting better. So, to be honest, I think that's probably... I want to keep her at arm's reach because, you know, you never know what you're going to catch off Marathi. Cooties. Just the worst. Just the worst. Let's have a look. What could we get? Ammunition. We don't really need ammunition. Stalk. Meh. Bonus burst large. Meh. Income from raiding. Meh. Leadership. Meh. Campaign movement range. Hello. Construction time for all buildings. Sounds alright, doesn't it? I mean, money's not really the problem. Growth is. Upkeep reduction for a whole bunch of units. Let's grab that. Because I think that might come in useful because... Indeed. Because we don't have... I mean, we've got income. We don't have a lot of settlements at the moment. Not that we need them. Yeah, look at that. Alariel's falling back. I think Alariel was... She kind of chased... She went down to Lustria, and I think that was her mistake.
I'll always find profit in my dealings, even if it means murder.
I mean, Marathi likes murder as well. She wants a defensive alliance. She's willing to pay for it. I mean, could cuddle up. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say... Oh, right, so Clan Scryer and the Pirate Sartosa have got a military alliance. Not a big deal. We can probably knock out Sartosa very, very quickly before, you know, Clan Scryer gets too upset about it. You know, it's like ripping off a plaster. If you do it quickly, you know, it doesn't hurt as much, does it? Well, alright, it hurts, but it's, you know, you're not... Oh, really? Come on, guys. Do you really... I mean, poor Lothern. I was making lots of money from that. Now I'm making 500. It's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Honestly. Some people. Right, Thyrus is ready for duty. Excellent. Raise a gunnery wight or a Mongol haunter. I mean... Haunter? Brayherd comes where? Over there. Okay, not my problem. Not my issue. Yes, I'm going to have to attack.
Ends justify means. Make them
okay, right, I can do that. Right, okay, we can just... We'll just skedaddle by. I want to head to Marienburg.
Count Noctilus reigns.
Because big money income. Now, the only problem is that they will have guns. They will have handgunners. Which is annoying. It's not the end of the world, but it is kind of annoying.
Orders.
Yes. Right, now, Dick the Creeper. You've obviously been fantastic. However, Thyrus is back, and Thyrus...
Bones on deck.
Exactly. Thyrus is back back in. Oh, is that Ben Jennings? Okay, good. Fair enough. Right, Ben, what are Master of the Black Arts? You got Spirit Leech. Fair enough. Fair enough. What do you actually do? You can scavenge, spread corruption, damage building. Right, damage building's garbage. Assassinate is fine. Hinder replenishment is situational at best. Okay, so you're kind of not...
All bones on deck.
Not the best, but you'll be fine. Right, one turn. I'm wondering if maybe we can take out Ashok over here. He doesn't have a very big army. I don't think we haven't killed him yet, have we? Have we? I can't remember. Nope. Wait. Yes. Yes, these guys, because there's the Zomble Pirate Deckhand mob. Trash, but never mind. There's the Black Spots, which are Gunnery mob. That's not bad. Night Terrors, which are Mongols. That's quite good. Deck Droppers, they're okay. Deck Gunners are good. And finally, Depth Guard with Pole Arms are fine. So basically, Ashok, who is the easiest, has the worst unit to give you. But that's, you know, kind of to be expected. Now, I think we can recruit. Can we recruit guys at level 9? Yes. So we could actually recruit them and just pop them in here. Still, some of these bonuses aren't that useful, but like Hero and Lord recruit rank +3 faction wide is quite good. Upkeep, yeah. So we could literally just recruit them, put them in offices, and then kick them out, assuming they have enough loyalty. We've got a lot of money, haven't we?
Admiral of the fleet.
Yes.
Admiral of the fleet.
I don't think you've got enough. Yeah, okay. Jacqueline, you're out.
Yes.
No. Sorry, you're not on the team enough. You need to be better. Jackie,
Admiral of the fleet.
you're good enough. So we can pop you. You can be fleet secretary. And then we can get rid of you. Excellent. So, now we've got upkeep reduction, and we don't have to keep her around. So basically, it seems like a lot of work, doesn't it? Like, fucking, oh, I don't know. It makes a lot of sense, but fuck me. Only one lord. Okay, right, well, oh, I should have just booted them out, shouldn't I?
Hail, Count Noctilus.
Can I just keep doing that? I don't know. Ben Jennings, what are we going to do with you? Fuck knows. I don't know. Come over, like... I was going to see if I could find Arkan, wasn't I? Go and find Arkan. At least you're not trying to... Oh, you are loyal... Wait, what? Are you loyal enough? Or does it not... Does it not actually track loyalty while you're... Okay. Good. Whatever. Campaign movement. Right, you can't be... that. Lord's Army. Oh, wait. More ammo? Don't really need it. I do like campaign movement range, so good. You get to be a fleet sailing admiral for some reason. Good. Good. That works. And you're going to head down towards Tauren Rock. And yep, Tyrion is kicking the shit out of Alariel. For a minute there, I thought Alariel was going to win it, but then she just decided to sail down to Lustria for some fucking reason. Oh well, not my problem. The fact is, the High Elves have been busy kicking the shit out of each other a lot, which means hopefully the Dark Elves should be able to get their shit together and, yeah, stop doing that. That's annoying. That's it. You sail away. I'm not that bothered. Just fuck off. I've got stuff to do. Of course, one of the main problems at the moment is the Empire becomes ridiculously strong. Usually around the time Archaon shows up. And the reason for that is because when Archaon shows up, all of the Empire factions gain the Shield of Civilization buff, which effectively gives their relations like a massive, massive boost. Which is fine. However, that does mean that they then have a much higher chance of confederating with each other. And that makes the Empire into like a super Empire faction. And that's slightly concerning. Right, what have we got? Do you have any more?
Stay in my way.
Is there any more armies? Fuck it. Yep. I'm going for it. Don't care. Don't care. Now, right, these guys do have guns. However, we've got a crack group of elite zombies here. How does that work? I'm not sure. Zombies generally not, you know, known for their elite nature, but these guys, look at them. Fucking rank 8. Holy shit. So we should just... And there's Heinz Voldorf. And Carol. Carol's here. Carol Strudel. Carol Strudel is here defending the settlement, and they do have fairly good infantry. However, they don't have a lot of... I think this will be fine.
Show them real fear.
Yeah, the Queen Bess just wiped out a unit of handgunners in basically one shot, which is pretty impressive. Now, the Marienburgers have actually been rather sensible here. They're not sitting on the wall, although obviously, you know, standing in clumps is not really a good idea. So we've already broken a unit of handguns and of crossbows. They've still got some halberdiers, there's some great swords there, Empire Knights. Nothing too concerning. I'm hoping we can have some fun here. So I'm bringing Count Noctilus. I'm thinking maybe we can get a nice Wind of Death. But then I think, you know what? It would be much more fun if we could get like them all grouped up into a big blob. That would be quite fun. So I'm thinking, let's bring in Legless Pete, so he can kind of blob them up, and then we can Wind of Death the fucking lot of them, because that's always a good for a giggle. Unfortunately, getting close to the wall means that, for one, Heinz Baked Beans here can start shooting Count Noctilus in the bottom, which he doesn't like, and second of all, they start clambering onto the walls and manning the towers, which is a pain in the arse. So I need to take out the towers. Legless Pete's going to head for the walls there. Queen Bess is going to take out some of these infantry. Annoying. And poor old Count Noctilus, I didn't realise, but these hunts, what's it, these guys here, Hunts Marshal General. They do a fucking ton of damage to large targets, don't they? Poor Count Noctilus, he's getting his ass kicked. I need to get him out of there. He's taking a lot of damage. He's just waddling away out of range. There we go. Out of range of the handguns as well. So the Queen Bess, now, see, I wanted to get them all blobbed up, but that's just not going to work anymore because they're on the walls, which is really upsetting. I should have just Wind of Death them. Should have just done it, but I was too busy thinking, oh, maybe I can wipe out the entire army in one shot. Basically, if you've watched my All the Single Ladies Twitch campaign, which I was playing in October, I think. November, sorry. Playing in November. Basically, I had an army which was Isabella von Karstein and a shit ton of lady vamps. And that worked out quite nicely because it meant that basically you could just blob them up and just Wind of Death the fuckers. And it was amazing. We got some major kills on Isabella. It was it's just so good. Just watching entire armies get minced was very satisfying. So Count Noctilus is sort of hanging back a little bit, but he's still... look at this. Look at this bullshittery. What's this? Watch out, Count Noctilus. Watch out. Oof. Taking hits. Heavy hit after heavy hit. So Legless Pete continuing to smash down that gate. We've taken down the tower. So we're going to get Legless Pete in there. Hopefully then do a nice little Wind of Death if we can. Wind of Death is probably one of the best spells in the game. It is definitely the most damaging wind spell in the game. However, it does cost 28 winds of magic to overcast, I want to say. So obviously, you know, it basically costs your entire stack of winds of magic to cast. But because of that, it is as devastating as it sounds. It just minces things. It's just a blender. It will carve its way through infantry. Infantry just explodes. Highly satisfying. Now, poor old Legless Pete, I kind of didn't send him in with any sort of support, and that's kind of a mistake. I probably should have said... Already, he's taking a lot of damage, and I think mostly it's coming from the Huntsmaster General just popping arrows into his face. I think if it was just the enemy infantry, he'd be fine. But he's getting pin-cushioned, which isn't good. Look how much health he's losing. So we're quickly going to bring in Count Noctilus. He's going to quickly heal him up. There we go, it's looking pretty good. So healing him up, but we need to get him out of there because at this rate he's going to get his ass... Well, he's not going to get his ass kicked because obviously he has no arse to kick. He just has some squiggly entrails, which would be gross. So Huntsmaster General is still continuing to plink away at me. We're going to throw a Wind of Death. Pete is not happy. We're going to throw a Wind of Death here. This is going to be very satisfying. It just minces things. It's brilliant. So brilliant. That means we can then get Pete out of there, which is what we need to do, because these units are pretty much dead. We need to get Pete out of there. We're going to bring in the Rotting Prometheans to go and help out. We're also going to bring in Count Noctilus and, of course, Pinocchio Mark to help out, and we're going to get Pete out of there. Get out of there, Pete. Get out of there. Get the fuck out, Pete. He's fine. He's getting out of there. And I've decided that, you know what, it was a laugh. Don't get me wrong. But, oh, poor Pete gets a flaming skull in the face. Burning head. Pete's got burning head, and that's not fair because he's got nothing down below. He shouldn't be able to acquire things like that. It's the one upside. So the Rotting Prometheans entering the city. The burning head off into the distance there. I didn't realise that the wizards actually had... Look, they've actually got decent spells now. Like, wizards used to just have, fireball. And it was, what's the point in having a wizard in your garrison when they can only just cast fucking fireball? It was basically pointless. So Rotting Prometheans are tearing past the infantry. Now we've got a bit more support for Pete. Got a little bit more support. In comes Count Noctilus. We're going to take out this enemy general because he's just been annoying. He's done so much damage. He's just been sat there plinking us. And it's incredibly irritating. It's like, what a dick. Another burning head. I mean, this one's mostly going to kill his own people, to be honest. I mean, that's just roasting halberdiers, which is fine by me, I guess. The handgunners advancing. They're going to try and wipe out the last few units up on the wall here. I don't think that wizard's got any more spells up his sleeve. That's it. Just tear through them, boys. Our Rotten Prometheans. They are pretty good, actually. They're very, very tanky. Got good melee attack. They can carve their way through. We've got Pete coming in as well. The Necrophexes are actually, again, they're not bad. They can hold their own in melee combat. Empire Knights charging in to try and rebuff the attack, but this is basically a mop-up operation here at this point. There's no point worrying too much about this. Our handgunners are just going to wipe out the last few. Well, I mean, all the Queen Bess. Queen Bess got there first, to be fair. Queen Bess got there first. Last few handgunners being mown down. That's all good. For us, anyway. Not for, obviously, the handgunners. And, yeah, the Empire Knights. They've used their charge. They've got nothing left. And they're just being torn to pieces. Probably should have taken that a little bit more seriously. Never mind, that's fine. We still won. That's the main thing. And
Leave them alive. We march later.
let's put a nice little pirate cove. And oh, Book of Asher. That's quite nice. That's quite a nice little.
Noctilus reigns.
The only problem we can. Salt Stone's pretty good, actually. Earthing Rod's trash, so I'll give you that. Do I need Terrifying Mask? Oh, I've done everything. Well, you know what? You already caused terror, so have missile resistance, because that actually might be kind of useful. That's fine. That's fine. All of this is fine. I'm happy with that. Okay. So, skill point wise, I kind of want to go Arcane Conduit. However, I just like my Rotting Prometheans. There's something about my Rotting Prometheans. I love them so. They got 63 melee. I mean, they're so tanky.
The Dark Commodore. Another.
They're just super tanky. Do I want Deadly Onslaught? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. And Ed is going to be Sharkbait, I guess, because don't know what else. Okay, I can give you a Ship's Necromancer. I think giving you Burnt Banner won't actually do anything.
This one's part.
Give it to you. That would give you flaming attacks and more charge. I mean, sure, why not? May as well. Do you cause terror? You already caused terror, so there's no point giving you a terrifying mask of E. I'll give you the biting blade, though.
Flotilla of
That works. Right. Right, and that means we can then put a Picaroon's hideout in here. Now, obviously, at the moment, because we've sacked it, it's not, you know, making a huge amount of cash, but that's fine, because the AI will rebuild it really quickly. They've also got the Marienburg Harbour there. That's generating lots of income anyway, so that's all good. Now, I'm going to save my growth so I can get the Sylvanian battlements, because the casualty replenishment rate, armour and melee defence is too good to pass up, so we're definitely going to build that ASAP. However, we can also now build... Yes, we can also now build the Wreck of the Helm Hammer, so let's do that. We could also get Rotting Leviathans, but I definitely want to get the Admiral's Mausoleum, and we definitely want to upgrade the Pirate Wharf, and we definitely want to get the Buried Treasure thing, and Death Street I mean, sure, why not? You know, let's just... I mean, you know, we've got the money, we've stolen a lot of other people's shit, and now we get to put it to good use. That's the main thing. Now, what does Thyrus do? He does a thing, doesn't he? Right, so he gives physical resistance and weapon strength to the entire army, which is pretty good. So your army's actually...
All bones on deck.
Where did... what's his face go? Where did he bugger off to? Where's he gone? Right, so he's just down there. So we're going to go chase... there he is. We're going to go and kill him. And I'm going to send you down here to go and meet up with Arkan, assuming he's still alive.
Fleet captain.
And I want you down here so that we can pop a pirate cove in Tauren Rock and make me some money. Yeah, pirate cove income's gone down a little bit because obviously Lothern got sacked, and that reduces the value, and then because we're getting a percentage of the value of the settlement, or the income of the settlement I should say, when it gets sacked, that reduces the income we get, which is a bit of a bugger. But never mind, you know, I'm not... it'll be fine.
death comes to those who trespass.
Hello Tretch, what's going on, buddy? You want a peace treaty? You know what, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Now, actually, you've still got a fair few settlements. I thought you were pretty much on your last legs, but it turns out you're actually doing okay for yourself. Somehow. Not quite sure how that worked, but never mind. Will you stop that? It's getting quite irritating. I've kind of got a lot of shit on with fucking Sophia. Fucking Sophia. Never mind. I could go and take Lothern. The only problem being that, obviously, you know, Sea Guards. I don't really like Sea Guards. They're kind of annoying. Right, you are... I think you're Scarpering. You've seen Thyrus and you're like, nope, don't want to deal with that. Karen Kara dead. Works for me. I'm not really that bothered either way. Right, everyone is pretty okay, so that's fine. Can we... are we going to have to... okay, just come over here.
This journey is not over.
We'll grab that. See, Marienburg's already gone up 500 income. Oh, they've patched everything back together, which is good.
Orders.
Right, where are you? There you are. Come here.
Them out.
Come here. We'll go and kill him. What's that army looking like? That's looking pretty good, actually. Quite tanky. Good. We've got some artillery in there. We've got some heroes. That's actually a very, very good... in fact, because obviously Thyrus increases the physical resistance, these guys have 85. Holy shit, they've got 85 physical resistance. 85% physical resistance. Pretty good. Okay, we're going to head down to Altdorf. And I'm going to go and put a pirate cove in that as well. Because that's big monies. And then I might head along the north coast, because... what's this one here? This one, not Kislev. It's a thing here. I'm trying to tip of my tongue. Anyway, whatever it is, there's a port there as well, so we can pop a pirate cove in there. And at that point, I probably should start hunting down some pirates to go and kill. But Thyrus is going to go and hunt down some pirates for us down there. We need to take out Sartosa. We need to take out Sartosa. We also need to deal with Luther, so we should probably think about doing that. However, we're also, yes, fairly soon going to hit the first spawned enemy fleet. So this will spawn Reich Admiral Hauhoff, and he will make a beeline, I think, for Galleon's Graveyard, which means Thyrus is going to have to defend our settlements with a new untested army. But I think he's up to the job this time anyway. You know, last time he wasn't so much up to it. I think this time though, you know, he's learned from his mistakes. Hopefully. But that's going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Count Noctilus Campaign.